This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. It is spring break week for those in Sarasota County. Manatee County is off next week. And that's sort of good for them because this week might be a little bit dicey for Sarasota County students who are off. Let's get details of a roller coaster weather pattern from Josh Stone in for John Scalzi.
Did you say spring break or winter break? I'm having trouble hearing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, in a couple of days, our temperatures could actually fall into the 30s.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
No.
I don't
That's
want to
right.
hear that.
Yeah, I don't even want to say that. I'd rather whisper it. Let's check out the current temperatures right now. Temperatures in the 60s, 60 in Sarasota, 64 in Bradenton, 63 in Venice. Are you kidding me? When I show this, you know, a few days from now, temperatures are going to have possibly 30s on it. That's just mind-boggling. But it is the season. March, we can have some crazy weather. 60 degrees right now in Sarasota, humidity at 96%. Nothing on the radar now. There's an area of low pressure in the northwest part of the Gulf of Mexico that will be slowly tracking towards us. And by tonight, we'll have some widespread rainfall, which is much needed. We're down over 4 inches of rain since January 1st. So we really need the rain. And it looks like this is going to help. Won't take us out of the drought, but it's definitely going to help out. We'll talk more about it and show you what's going on up in the Northeast with a major blizzard coming their way in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning. A little bit of congestion on 301 in Manatee County, but no accidents to report. It looks like State Road 70 also pretty clear. We do have a live look from US 41 North in Cortez Road. That is a congested area any time of the day, really. If we could take a look at that. You can see lots of roads or cars on the roadway at 6:03 this morning, making their way probably to work or on their morning commute. Taking a look back at the maps, looks like there's some congestion on 41 towards Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota County, but no accidents to report. I-75 looking clear if you're heading through that area. And in South County, a little bit of congestion on Venice area downtown. Other than that, pretty breezy on this Monday morning.
All right, topping our news this hour, the search is on for a man who allegedly tied up and kidnapped his estranged wife in Hillsborough County.
The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office is looking for 37-year-old Alisa Summers. Investigators say a witness heard a woman screaming and then saw her being forced into the back of a dark blue Saturn Outlook SUV in Lithia, which is southeast of Tampa. Now, it is a Florida license plate on that car. The tag number is GLHM32. The sheriff's office says surveillance video shows Summers was with 39-year-old Trevor Stevens Summers at the time of that incident. They have not been seen since then. Police are asking anyone with information on their whereabouts to call 911. An investigation is underway this morning after a small plane crashed this weekend in Tampa Bay. The single-engine plane crashed into Hillsborough Bay just moments after taking off from Peter O. Knight Airport. The pilot says the plane lost power when it went down. It then started sinking, but with the help of witnesses nearby, the pilot was able to escape the crash unharmed.
He lifted up, looked like he was planing out correctly, and then all of a sudden he leveled and just started dropping.
There were so many boats in the area, they were already rushing that way, I mean full speed ahead to do the rescue before the Coast Guard anyone could come.
The plane was removed from the water overnight and returned back to the airport. Meanwhile, an investigation is underway into the cause of that crash.
In DeSoto County, arson is suspected in a fatal fire that killed 3 little boys in Arcadia. 3 10-year-olds were killed in a fire at their grandfather's home. Deputies have arrested a Marion Yvette Williams. Family and friends say she is an ex-girlfriend of the children's grandfather. Back on the Suncoast, fire officials in Sarasota County are investigating a brush fire that broke out in Northport over the weekend. It happened near Rufus and Seth Roads. Both the Northport Fire Department and Fire Rescue responded. They were able to contain the fire without any injuries or serious damage to homes. It happened shortly after a large brush fire broke out in Mayaca City near Midway and Verna Roads up in Manatee County. And that fire grew to about 4 to 5 acres. The smoke could be seen for miles away. No injuries or structures damaged. The Florida Fire Service found the cause of the blaze to be, ready, a minor playing with matches. A citation was issued to that child's parents. The Sarasota County fire officials are taking the opportunity to help homeowners learn more about the dangers of wildfires. They went door to door to give advice to those who live near heavily wooded areas. They say with the humidity down right now and winds up, it's causing a greater risk for fires this time of year. So they recommend to not plant anything flammable near or against the house. Use stone walkways to cut off a fuel pathway for fires. Also, make a plan with your family ahead of time and create an evacuation route in case of emergency.
Tomorrow is election day for local elections. This month's elections include 1 commission seat in Northport, 2 commission seats in Sarasota, and 2 in the town of Longboat Key. General election. The Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections says these ballots shouldn't be taken lightly.
There are no small elections. We're deciding on individuals who impact our lives and make local decisions. So I would encourage everyone to get out and vote.
Early voting wrapped up over the weekend. At last count, more than 12,000 people voted by mail, while nearly 5,500 people voted early. 34% of registered voters have voted in Longboat Key, but under 10% of voters have voted in Sarasota and Northport. Congressman Vern Buchanan is moving his upcoming town hall meeting to a bigger venue to accommodate for a much larger crowd. The meeting scheduled for this Saturday will now be held at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall. The original location was an auditorium at New College of Florida, but officials were worried that people would be turned away due to the limited seating. The Van Wezel, though, can hold 1,700 people. Buchanan is expected to discuss health care, tax cuts, and many other issues. That open forum will begin at 11 a.m. You can RSVP on their website on your screen.
Happening today, some construction work will close a road in Venice this week. Bliss Drive will be closed today due to utility work being done on Cockrell Street near Pine Road. It'll reopen on Wednesday. Part of Pine Road will be closed Thursday to Saturday. Crews will work on the project from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. until Saturday. In eastern Sarasota County, dozens of people protested plans for 2 separate projects in the celery fields. A rezoning plan would allow developers to build a recycling facility and 60,000 square foot warehouse for restaurant supplies in this area. Those opposed say construction would hurt the value of nearby homes and the wildlife that make the area their home.
We have endangered and threatened birds that live and have very productive lives over at the celery fields. We have communities that are going to be deeply affected in this neighborhood with the 2-lane highway at Palmer. We are creating a perfect storm for congestion and emergencies.
Well, a vote was delayed last week because the applicant couldn't provide names of those financially involved in the project. They'll take up the issue again on April 26th with the Sarasota County Commission. 2 local female law enforcers being recognized for their work this morning.
Sarasota Chief of Police Bernadette DePino and Bradenton Police Chief Melanie Bevan were named the Zeta Phi Beta's Women of the Year. The organization chair says it's an honor to present the 2 women with the award and also show the group's support for local law enforcement.
Excited to show our law enforcement that we support them, we stand behind them, and as a community we need to stick together and communicate, and that's why we chose to honor them, to show that all auxiliaries and families and communities stand behind them.
Awards were also given out to a few 8th graders in the community, acknowledging their success and grades. Big congratulations to all those who won an award for that.
And I believe this is the first time we've had a female police chief in both Sarasota and Bradenton.
Wow.
That's right.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
It is. So a change in the winds out there.
Yeah, the winds are fairly light right now, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour coming out of the northeast and east, but the winds are going to slowly change around once this area of low pressure comes in here, and then by tomorrow and into Wednesday, we're really going to feel those northerly winds coming in, and it's going to be quite breezy and chilly.
Busy couple days for you guys over in the meteorology center over there.
It's going to be a little busy, yeah. Keeping us busy.
All right, well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. You may think you're helping our local wildlife, but could you actually be putting them more at risk? We'll show you how human interaction is impacting wild dolphins coming up after the break.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Happy Monday, everyone. Good to see you. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi once again. And it is Monday the 13th. At least it's not Friday the 13th, but this forecast might have some hints of a Friday the 13th type of scenario. Anyway, as far as our temperatures right now, you walk outside, temperatures in the lower 60s, you're like, well, it's kind of cool, but temperatures will warm up warmer than this. So that's looking pretty good. But when I show this map in a couple of days, we could have 30s on it. That's right. Not a lot going on a radar right now for us up north of the Gulf of Mexico. Well, there's moderate to heavier rain taking place. Area of low pressure just starting to get its act together in the western and northwestern part of the Gulf of Mexico, and that's slowly going to be moving our direction throughout the day. And then by tonight, looks like we're going to get some rainfall into the area. Mostly cloudy skies today, evening showers, even some embedded thunderstorms. And then another cold front comes tomorrow to kick up the winds out of the north, and those northerly winds will usher in chilly air. Temperatures by Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we could have temperatures along the coast in the low 40s, inland in the 30s. So it is going to be quite chilly and well below average. Upper level moisture just starting to stream in from the west, and there's a few features here I want to talk about. Area of developing low pressure here in the northern Gulf of Mexico, actually the western part of the Gulf of Mexico, rains on the northern side of it. This is going to be coming our way. Eventually, once it passes us by, it's going to track up the eastern seaboard and become a full-blown nor'easter. and that's going to cause a lot of problems up in the northeast. And also an area of low pressure here in the northern plains that's getting its act together, and that's also going to plow right eastward into the northeast. So kind of a 1-2 punch for them. Everything's very quiet now, but the National Weather Service has issued all sorts of winter weather watches and warnings. In fact, a blizzard watch was just issued for the New York City area. Winds over 35 miles per hour, limited visibilities, and very heavy snow will be coming down over the next couple of days, along with that nor'easter and also this system coming in from the Midwest. We're talking about 18 to 20 plus inches of snow, the biggest storm of the year, no doubt about that. And you know what? Statistically, March can be the snowiest month. But as far as airport delays, nothing now. This will change by tomorrow in the next couple of days. Bringing it back to our area, again, heavier rain comes in by mid-evening hours of tonight. Maybe 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of rainfall by the time this is done. Maybe even more than that in some locations. We really need this rain. We're down over 4 inches of rainfall since January 1st. Finally, this gets out of here, but then the next front comes down, ushers in that chilly air. Winds are going to be pretty strong over the next few days. And then also, well, like I said, the temperatures are going to be quite chilly. Enjoy the boating forecast for today. Things go downhill over the next few days, though, with seas picking up. But as far as today, 1 to 2 feet just offshore, light chop in the bays. Your high today tops out at 76. Expect mostly cloudy skies, but guys, tonight's low, 62. Tomorrow night's low, 52. Wednesday night's low, 42. And inland temperatures will be in the 30s. It's going to be breezy for a few days. But if you don't like the cold temperatures, just brave it out. And then by the upcoming weekend, we're back in the mid-70s with sunny skies. Back to you.
All right, good comeback. Thank you, Josh. Let's check the roads right now. A little bit of a slowdown already on 301 heading away from downtown Bradenton. Otherwise, pretty quiet. Let's check a live picture right now of what will be a busy spot later in the morning. This is Cortez Road at 14th Street West, or US 41. A little busy there already at 6:18 in the morning. We'll check back there in about 15 minutes. Back to the maps right now in Sarasota County. We'll see a little bit of a slowdown on 301 northbound, just north of Fruitville Road. Otherwise, nothing else major to report in Sarasota County. Checking the South County map, though. All quiet right now at 6:18 as you wake up on this Monday morning. New research shows that humans are playing a bigger part in the amount of dolphin injuries and deaths.
Researchers studied data collected over a decade by experts with the Sarasota Dolphin Research Program and Mote Marine Lab. They found that wild dolphins who were fed by humans are at a higher risk of injuries from other human interaction, like boat strikes, fishing gear, entanglement, and ingestion of hooks and lines. Feeding or harassing wild marine mammals is illegal. Violators can be fined thousands of dollars or spend up to a year in jail.
A group in Venice helping teach protection of our lands and oceans. In fact, they call themselves the Neighborhood Environmental Stewardship Team, or NEST. They're offering tips on how to reduce shoreline erosion, promote wildlife habitat, and improve water quality. Some tips include keeping grass clippings out of the water when you're mowing your lawn, always pick up after your pets, and planting flowering plants along shorelines helps fight bacteria that can create harmful algae blooms. Well, today is your final chance to see 2 of 3 very important and historic ships.
That's right. Replicas of Christopher Columbus's 2 ships, the Pinta and the Nina, are at Fisherman's Wharf Marina. The ships tour as a sailing museum, and while they're in port, they are available for group tours or self-guided walking tours. A unique opportunity to see history in action.
Our main goal is to travel the country and educate as much as possible, trying to go to 30 to 40 ports all over the country. We do the East Coast from Florida to Maine, we do the Great Lakes, and we do the river systems in between. And our biggest goal is to educate and to really spread what it really meant to be a sailor back in Columbus's day. Well,
tickets are $8 for adults, $7 for seniors, and $6 for students. The ships will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and will set sail again tomorrow. Great opportunity if you have the day off from school to go see some of that historic
Good idea.
opportunities.
They sailed the ocean blue, but those things are small.
Yeah, I know. Could not fit probably Christopher Columbus's original crew on that.
Exactly. Well, they're replicas. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Criss Angel back on stage just hours after he was sent to the ER. Stay with us. We'll have that story next.
If you're trying to balance caring for your mother and being a mother to your children, we can help. It's what we do. Call Granny Nannies today.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Car experts and customers agree there's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Dark. Daylight saving
Dark
time.
and quiet.
Yeah, so the change in the darkness after the hour change this past weekend. You recover okay so far?
You know what? Actually, I could barely sleep through the night because I was so worried that I was going to not make it to work on time. I was like, oh, I'm going to be thrown off completely.
I'm still changing clocks
I'm still tired.
Here. Yeah, I know it.
Good day for a nap.
Every day is in the schedule. 6:24 right now.
Well, Daredevil magician Criss Angel back on stage just a day after a dangerous straitjacket stunt sent him to the ER.
Candace Gibson has details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, magician Criss Angel speaking out for the first time about a trick that sent him to a Las Vegas emergency room.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and for me, it's always about pushing my envelope.
The 49-year-old illusionist performing a routine like this one, dangling upside down in a straitjacket Friday night when something went dangerously wrong.
It was pretty dramatic, and I was kind of confused for a moment. Didn't know what happened to me.
And just 24 hours later, ABC News was there when the Mind Freak Live mastermind strapped up once again, successfully performing that very same stunt. For Angel, taking risks, all part of the act.
I really take my life really at the mercy of whether or not something's going to work or not.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more from our exclusive interview with Criss Angel. with your GMA First Look. I'm Kendis Gibson, ABC News, New York.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life. So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment with Brio.
Once daily Brio prevents asthma symptoms. Brio's for adults with asthma not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio is specifically designed to open up airways to improve breathing for a full 24 hours. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Brio is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Brio and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor if 24-hour Brio could be a missing piece for you. Learn more about better breathing at mybrio.com.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
Next on Good Morning Suncoast, winter isn't over yet as millions of Americans are about to see lots of snow. We'll show you where the latest storm is heading.
Plus, the Justice Department facing a strict deadline as lawmakers look for proof that President Obama wiretapped during the election.
And let the madness begin. We'll show you who's in and who's out of the big dance for the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast.
We're here for you.
And welcome back. We're just talking about basketball. I know your team lost on Friday to Duke, NC, North Carolina.
For the ACC tournament, but NCAA basketball tournament, big March Madness starts this week, and we are #1 seed, but we're going off against Kentucky and UCLA in our bracket, so could be a tough bracket for us.
Yes. Good morning, 6:31. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. You know, spring is technically supposed to start next week, but it doesn't really feel like that coming up this next couple days.
Now, let's get details of what's happening locally from meteorologist Josh Stone, and for a few days more for John Scalzi.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm a little under pressure here from the spring breakers. Like, they're down here trying to enjoy the sunshine, the warm conditions. Not so much for the next couple of days, because we have a change in the weather that's going to almost feel like winter break instead of spring break. Let's check out the current temperatures right now. It's 60. The dew point is 59, so it's possible a few areas could have some patchy fog, but the winds out of the east and northeast at 8 miles per hour. There's a little more wind this morning, so that's helping to mix up the atmosphere. Probably not a lot of fog in our area, but to the north and the Nature Coast and even inland, we're talking out of our viewing area, well inland, there's some areas of patchy fog that's being reported by some of these stations. But right now, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour is the wind. The radar is quiet now. This changes, though, tonight with this storm system finally tracking into the area to bring us widespread showers and even some embedded thunderstorms. You can see mostly cloudy skies today. The rain comes in tonight. We'll talk more about it when I come back. Back to you.
All right, taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning. Manatee County looking quiet except for on State Road 70. Looks like there is some congestion in both the east and west direction on State Road 70. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. No accidents to report. We do have a live shot, though, from US 41 North and Cortez Road. As you can see, lots of cars on the roadway at that intersection. Usually is a very heavily trafficked area throughout the day. So keep an eye out on the cars on the roadway for the cars in front of you. Taking a look back at the maps, let's head to Sarasota County, where it looks like there is some congestion in its normal spots throughout the area. Looks like some congestion on Fruitville Road towards I-75 and Bee Ridge Road towards 41. 41 as well, picking up for traffic. And in South County, some congestion towards Venice, probably people heading to work. Other than that, I-75 looking clear in both the north and southbound directions.
Well, topping our news this half hour, a major storm taking aim at 60 million Americans.
That's right. Bitter cold, blistering winds, and heavy snow are expected to blanket much of the country from the Midwest to the Northeast. That storm could set records for the biggest snowfall in the month of March. Now, snow is already pounding parts of the Midwest, and it is expected to collide with another system moving up the East Coast, creating a monster storm.
Awful. Why? The snow is crazy. I didn't expect it to get this bad. It's intense. So crazy.
I don't like the cold. I thought it was going to be, we were going into spring. I'm disappointed.
Blizzard watches are in effect from New York City to Boston through tomorrow night. Officials are warning everyone in the storm's path to expect closures, delays, and cancellations as the snow moves through over the next day and a half.
And look at this video, the winter weather making its mark on Lake Ontario, and a house nearby completely covered in ice. Wow. Wind, waves, and lake freezing temperatures all contributed to this unintentional ice sculpture in the Midwest.
Looks like something out of the movie Frozen there.
Well named indeed. On to politics now. We should hear more this week about whether President Trump actually had evidence of pre-election wiretapping in Trump Tower.
If you remember, Trump made those accusations in a series of tweets earlier this month. Reed Binion has more.
Either retract or to provide the information that the American people deserve.
Republican Senator John McCain calling on President Trump to substantiate his claim that former President Obama ordered wiretaps on Trump Tower during the presidential campaign.
President Trump has to provide the American people, not just the Intelligence Committee, but the American people with evidence.
The House Intelligence Committee set a Monday deadline for the Justice Department to present evidence backing up Trump. House Speaker Paul Ryan also saying he's seen no evidence of Trump's claim.
Have you seen anything to suggest there are wiretaps? No.
The pressure on Trump to substantiate the claim comes amid mounting concerns about ties between Trump associates and Russian officials and allies, including former Trump advisor Roger Stone, who is downplaying Twitter communication with Guccifer 2.0, the online persona who claimed responsibility for hacking into the DNC. McCain also saying he wants former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort to be questioned.
Mr. Manafort's relationship with Yanukovych, the stooge of Vladimir Putin.
Manafort is facing renewed scrutiny as hacked text messages purportedly from his daughter suggest that he influenced Ukraine's ousted Russia-backed president Viktor Yanukovych during a time of deadly police action against protesters in Kiev. Asked about the text messages, Manafort said, "Comment on what? There is nothing." I'm Reed Binion reporting.
A California man will be arraigned today on charges he jumped the White House fence this past weekend. Secret Service says they found the man, Jonathan Tran, a 26-year-old, at the south entrance, and President Trump was home at the time. The suspect was carrying a backpack with mace, a passport, and a letter to the president about Russian hackers. When approached, he said he was a friend of the president and that he had an appointment. President Trump applauded the Secret Service for stopping the man.
Secret Service did a fantastic job. It was a troubled person. It was very sad.
This is the latest incident in a string of fence breakthroughs in the past few years. Breaches have launched a fierce debate over how to improve security at the White House. Plans to raise the fence by 5 feet finally passed just last month.
This is for the robbers. Please do not steal in our house. There are good kids and people in this house. We are people that do not steal. We are sad that you have been stealing in this house.
Oh, well, isn't that precious? An 8-year-old girl is hoping a letter will help change a burglar's heart. Wendy Chasen lives in Lake Worth. Her family's home was recently broken into. The thieves got away with jewelry, clothes, and tablets. But Wendy says she wanted them to see her note if they came back, so she taped it to the window. She says she hopes whoever is responsible will change and won't steal from anyone anymore. How precious. Well, if you're looking for a new job, the Tampa International Airport has plenty to offer. The airport is looking to fill more than 200 concession positions. They're also holding a job fair today from 10 a.m. to 4 this afternoon. Panda Express, Chick-fil-A, and Auntie Anne's Pretzels are just a few of the places hiring. Hourly positions include servers, cashiers, and sales associates.
Well, it's not about where you start, but where you finish in life, right? Well, for one IndyCar driver, it couldn't be more true. The 2017 IndyCar season kicked off over the weekend in St. Petersburg. Sebastian Bourdais qualified last, all the way back in 21st place. He got right to the front, though. He made it from 21st to 1st in 38 laps and led most of the rest of the way through the final lap. Simon Pagenaud came in second, while Scott Dixon came in third. We now know who's going to the big dance in the fight for the NCAA national title. Men's basketball, Florida will be well represented in the bracket. 4 teams. Florida State will be a 3 seed in the West Regional, while UF earns a 4 seed in the East. Both teams will play in Orlando on Thursday, and both will play an opponent from the Atlantic Sun Conference. Florida taking on a 7-loss East Tennessee State team. And Florida State will play Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast University of Fort Myers, who made that amazing run back at the Sweet 16 back in 2013. University of Miami will also be in the dance with a tough match against perennial contender Michigan State on Friday. It's that time of year.
Yep. Got to make your brackets.
I was going to say, yes.
Only a few more hours or days, I guess.
Yeah, and a different March Madness in your weather center today.
Mother Nature is really throwing us all sorts of curveballs here with what's going on. And, you know, we think it's March, it's spring break, nice temperatures, warm conditions. Not so much this week, as temperatures are really going to fall like a rock over the next few days, especially the lows. We could be in the 30s. Can you imagine that?
I don't want to hear that.
But we'll rebound. We'll talk about it when I show you the 7-day outlook in just a few minutes.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency.
We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
Good to see you on this Monday morning. Rise and shine. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. And our radar is quiet for the Suncoast. Up to the north, not so much. We have some moderate to heavy rainfall here, all associated to an area of low pressure in the western Gulf of Mexico. And on the northern side of it, we have some steady showers just starting to make its way into the Nature Coast and also into the Panhandle around Panama City. This is coming our way. We'll talk about it in just a second. But expect mostly cloudy skies today, and then by this evening, the bulk of the precipitation should make its way onshore into the Suncoast. And then behind that, once the system leaves us and exits the area, another front comes in by tomorrow to pick up the winds and usher in some very chilly air. Mid to upper level moisture now coming in from the west, all associated with this area of low pressure that's been trying to get itself organized, and finally it's starting to get its act together now. It's going to come our way and bring us the rain. Once it leaves our area, it's going to track up the eastern seaboard and merge with another system here in the Midwest and become a major nor'easter. So once again, rain will be coming in by this evening, and then with this system producing anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow around the Chicagoland area, this is going to be tracking eastward. And right now, the northeast looks clear, but the National Weather Service has issued winter weather warnings and even a blizzard warning for the New York City metropolitan area, because once the system that brings us the rain tracks up the eastern seaboard and merges with this system coming in from the west, we could be talking about 18 to 20 plus inches of snowfall in the northeast, along with winds over 35 miles per hour with wind gusts up to 50 at times. It's going to be blinding visibilities here and just one of the biggest snowstorms of the year. And unfortunately, it's tracking into the most populated area around the country. Anyway, as far as what we can expect for today, mostly cloudy skies. Here's the system moving in maybe about 9 o'clock or so, some heavier showers, maybe some embedded thunderstorms within this. By the time this is done, maybe 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of rainfall will fall, or maybe even some higher amounts. We're down over 4 inches as far as a deficit goes, so we really need to make that up. And this is not going to definitely take us out of the drought, but it will definitely help. And then once that passes us by, well, that chilly air comes into the area. Also, the winds are going to pick up. For the boaters today, enjoy it while it lasts, because the next few days, the boating conditions are not going to be so great. The low tide will be at 8:31 this morning. Seas just offshore, 1 to 2 feet, and a light chop in the bays. 76 for a high today. But here we go with our 7-day outlook, and tonight's low, 62. And, of course, rainy conditions. Tomorrow night's low, 52. The winds pick up. Wednesday night's low, 42, and areas inland could be in the 30s. But if you don't like the cold temperatures, this upcoming weekend we rebound back in the mid-70s with mostly sunny skies. Back to you.
Nice rebound. All right, thank you, Josh. Check the roads right now. A little bit of an issue on 275 northbound. If you're heading toward the Sunshine Skyway, there is an issue in the exit 5 US 19 area, so be forewarned about that. Traffic also building right now into downtown Bradenton. You'll see a little bit of a red there spotted at 14th Street West and Cortez. Let's take a live picture of that. Nothing too much to report there. That will get busy as the morning progresses. Of course, Manatee County is in school this week. Sarasota County is off due to spring break. So it could be quieter today in Sarasota County this morning. That's back to the maps in Sarasota County. Just a little bit of a red mark there heading southbound on 301, not too far from 10th Street. Elsewhere in the maps, South County area, not too bad right now as you wake up at 6:47 on this Monday morning.
Well, in your health news today, if you suffer from lower back pain, yoga may be a good relief.
Yeah, recent back pain treatment guidelines recommend people suffering from chronic lower back pain first try one of a number of pill-free treatment options like yoga. The guidelines state that yoga has been shown to provide low to moderate reduction in pain and improve function. Some doctors say yoga also incorporates meditation and breathing exercises, which help relaxation, which can aid in pain management.
Remember to breathe. That breath can help us to be aware, but it can also help even to mitigate pain.
And with so many different types of yoga, seek one out that's gentle for you, maybe even a chair-based yoga class, at least at first.
Now I want to go stretch. That's making me want to stretch and wake up a little bit more.
Always a good idea. That's right. Entertainment news now. Kong is king.
Kong Skull Island came out on top in its debut weekend, bringing in $61 million. Logan came in second with $37 million. Thriller, Get Out rounded out the top 3 with $21 million.
A reunion 20 years in the making. Jeff Bridges broke out the old sweater he made famous in The Big Lebowski. It was all to honor co-star John Goodman as he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
My old bowling buddy, El Duderino, one of the greatest actors I've ever had the privilege to work with. It's truly amazing that you came here today, man. Thank you.
I've had friends say for 20 years, you've got to see that one. You'd love it. It's just your humor. I've yet to see it. Big Lebowski came out back in 1998.
Well, Tyra Banks is returning to TV. The former model and creator of America's Next Top Model will be hosting the 12th season of America's Got Talent. She'll work alongside judges Simon Cowell, Mel B, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel. Banks will be taking over hosting duties from Nick Cannon, who left the show earlier this year after 8 years on the show.
The long-awaited season 7 of Game of Thrones is getting an unexpected guest star. Singer Ed Sheeran will join the cast. Still no word what role he will play in the actual series, which returns on July the 16th. Local news headlines after this. Stay with us.
I'm Alan Cohn. One officer per patrol car. It's the biggest change to the Sarasota Police Department in 3 decades, but critics say it jeopardizes safety.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need
the Debt Ninja. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, you could be facing wage garnishments, levies, liens, property seizure, cancellation of business license, closure of business. The Debt Ninja fights your IRS debt. That's why you need the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja has found the best companies in the country who are on your side to fight debt. Want to learn if you qualify for the IRS Financial Hardship Program? Stop the IRS from garnishing your wages. Even if your bank account has been seized, if you have undeclared taxes, if you have existing IRS debt, it's not too late to call, so grab your phone now. Call the Debt Ninja at 800-945-0083. That's 800-945-0083. Settle your IRS debt to get the power of the Debt Ninja. Dial this number now, 800-945-0083.
She's excited for you, and you want to be stunning for the big day. Treat yourself to a natural, youthful look and let your true beauty shine through. Dr. John Feza brings experience, artistry, and advanced technologies to help take years off your appearance. Enjoy all the years of bliss ahead with confidence. Call today to schedule a private consultation for a facelift, eyelid lift, firmer jawline, or laser resurfacing. Faces by Feza, only at Center for Sight.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Usually at this point of the program, we show you a nice sunrise, but we've, of course, moved the clocks ahead, so it's still very dark out there right now. 6:53, a little shot of the downtown Sarasota area.
All right, let's take a look at your local headlines.
DeSoto County Sheriff deputies charged Marion Williams with 3 counts of first-degree murder. She is suspected in that fire that killed 3 little boys in Arcadia. She is the ex-girlfriend of the victim's grandfather. A plane crashed in Tampa Bay over the weekend. The pilot was not injured. The plane was pulled from the water and towed back to a hangar on Davis Islands. And voting day is tomorrow in Sarasota, Northport, and Longboat Key. Early voting numbers have been released, and so far it's below 10% in Sarasota, about 6% in Northport, and over 30% early voting on Longboat Key.
All right, taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning, there is already an accident in Manatee County off I-75 northbound. The accident is at exit 5, so keep an eye out for that if you're heading across any of those bridges in that area. Also, traffic picking up throughout Manatee County, downtown Bradenton, as well as State Road 70 and 301. We do have a live look from US 41 North in Cortez Road. Lots of traffic out there on the roadway, so keep an eye out for the cars in front of you if you're heading through that area. Taking a look into Sarasota County, a little bit of congestion into downtown Sarasota and off of Bee Ridge Road, but no accidents to report. And in South County, some congestion picking up into Venice, but I-75 clear throughout that area. Josh?
Today is the day the change comes. By tonight, the showers roll into the area and they'll linger into tomorrow morning, but breezy conditions will pick up for the next few days. And look at the temperatures for lows: 62 tonight, 52 tomorrow night, 42 on Wednesday night. In some areas inland will be in the 30s. We'll see the sunshine again, though, by later this week, and then we'll rebound back into the mid-70s by the weekend.
Wow. All right, look at this. Looked like a scene straight from a movie, but it was very real. A giant model of King Kong went up in flames during the premiere of Kong Skull Island. This happened in Vietnam over the weekend. Flames from a nearby volcano simulation were said to have caused the fire. Crowds at the premiere first thought it was all part of the show. They were excited, and they scrambled for safety. It wasn't part of the show. It was very real. Officials said no one was injured. Much of the film, Kong Skull Island, was filmed in Vietnam. Imagine the change of mood. They first thought it was part of the gag, and this is a real fire.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, nobody injured in that one. That's our show for now, 6:56. Have a good Monday.
All right, stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.